Hello. Yeah, I had haircuts, so let's do some ground swimming because I was so busy I couldn't exercise during the lunchtime. So we'll do ground swimming instead. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's flip over and do some more. Yeah, it looks funny, but it works. Oh. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. Oh. Whew. Wow. Next. And finally, oh, wow. Okay. Now, let's do some one hand push ups because it's been a long while since we did this. One hand push up. Now I'm hot. Wow. Good exercise. Okay. The other hand. Oh. Okay, we did that. So let's take a break. 5 minutes. Wow, that was a good exercise. Whew. Okay, let's take 5 minutes, okay? Okay. Yeah. We are back once again. Okay, so uh let me go get some beer. Ah. So happy Thursday. How was your day? And I hope you had a very nice one. Yeah, I had haircut. Okay, why? Because my parents told me to. So, and the barber shop lady is good friend of mine, and yeah, she had wife, she had husband and children. Even I think maybe even grandchildren. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, looks so awkward, right? It's like today. So yeah, it will take a couple of days to be, for my short hair to be more natural looking. It'll take a couple of days. Yeah, I took a shower. Uh, yeah. So, mm. So yesterday we covered this recursive Gaussian method, right? Yeah, you have Gaussian curve, bell curve, normal distribution curve, but inside of that you divide it into three groups, like left, right, and middle, right? And each of them have their own Gaussian curve, right? So we add them together, then you become a big Gaussian curve. Okay, so it's like we can call it like Gaussian synthesis, all right? But it's just adding of functions. That's all it is. Okay, it's not that fancy really. It's just a matter of adding numbers. Doesn't involve any calculation. I mean calculus. All right. So let's practice. Would you let me practice 5 minute speech? I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not because there are too many candidates coming to this event, right? And so if each of them are given like 5 minutes, it will be like 2 hours. So we may not be given any chance to speak at all, or maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe. Excuse me, but let's practice it anyway. Okay. Yeah, so I went to work, it was good, and I got off and I did my campaign activity, which is like inviting people to events. And yeah, right now it's like 7:30. Okay. I bought a lot of cherries and berries, so tomorrow morning I will have to wash it and then put it in the ice box, and then after work I'll take it to the event, right? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Okay, so but all my materials are printed out, my campaign cards and resume and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You ready? Okay, let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your attendance, and also thank you for this wonderful organization hosting this event. And my name is blah blah blah, and I'm running for Alaska State Senate for this district. And uh, so uh, we have our fellow colleagues here, the candidates. So I have a question for them. Is it okay if I make some jokes about you? And is it okay if I give you some constructive criticism? Um, I'll be gentle. So, uh, there are four things that I will not do in my campaign for Alaska State Senate. First, I will not take any donations, campaign contributions, because uh, from this get-go, I believe money belongs to the people, not to politicians. Okay, so that's why I'm not going to take any money from people from the very beginning. Second, I will not take any volunteers for my campaign. Why? Because I believe time belongs to the people, and time is money. So, third, I will not go door to door knocking because I believe the sanctity of the privacy of homes. So I don't want to trespass their private properties. Okay? Fourth, foremost, I will not put big road sign with my name on it. Why? Because I don't want to give false impression that I'm putting my name above and beyond everybody else's names. Okay? And because my campaign is not about me. It's about you, it's about people. The people, for the people, by the people, of the people. So, yeah, I don't want to give false impression that my campaign is all about me, my name. I don't want that. All right, so what I want to do is I want to lower myself and put everybody else above me. That's how politics should be, right? It's democracy, ruled by the people. So, and I'm sorry, we have to start over. Why? I forgot what time I started. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll get back and then I'll remember the time when I started, the minute mark. All right. Otherwise, yeah. Oops. We'll take 5 minutes. Okay. So and then I will remember the time mark. Okay. It's been a busy day, so okay. Okay. All right, we'll start at minute mark 22, and then we'll finish at 27. Okay. So. Ready and go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is so and so, and I'm running for Alaska State Senate for this district. And thank you for your attendance. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your kindness, and thank you for this wonderful organization hosting this event. And so we have our other candidates here. I see them as my colleagues, as opposed to competitors. I see them as my friends. So I have one question for them. Is it okay if I give you make some jokes about you? Is it okay if I give you some constructive criticisms? I'll be gentle, okay? So there are four things I will not do in my campaign. First, I will not take donations, campaign contributions. I will not take it because I believe money belongs to the people. So from this very get go, I will not take anybody's money. Okay. And second, I will not take any volunteers for my campaign because I believe time belongs to the people. Time is money, right? So third, I will not go door to door knocking because I believe in sanctity of private residence, homes, and I don't want to trespass their private property. Okay, I respect people's privacy. Fourth and foremost, I will not put my name on a big sign and so that everybody can see my name on the roadside, uh, because I don't want to give false impression to the people that I put my name above and beyond other people's names. I don't want to do that. And also, I don't want to give false impression that my campaign is all about me and my name. I would never do such a thing, right? Because I believe democracy should be about people. It's a rule by the people. And so, the people, of the people, for the people, by the people, all right? So, public servant, right? So I will put people and their names above myself and my name. I will lower myself, listen to them, and learn from them. And if you let me, I will lead as well. Okay? After learning all the good knowledge from everyone. Okay? So yeah, my campaign is never about me, it's about you. It's about the people. Okay? So I have 2 minutes left. So what do I believe in? What my campaign is about. It's about problem solving. Okay. Uh, yeah, and but I'm kind of hesitating to say this because after I say this, you may decide not to vote for me, but you want honesty, so I'll just say it. Okay, I'm kind of neutral politically. Okay, yeah, I'm a Republican, but there's some party platform in Republican Party that I don't quite agree with. Okay, so yeah, it's in my purpose statement over there in the table. Okay, so if you are interested, what are those issues? But I think I see it as something very natural because everybody's different, right? Yeah, Republican Party has this laundry list of things that we are supposed to subscribe to, and yeah, about 90% of them I do agree. Okay, but about 10% I just cannot agree. I'm sorry. Okay, then I'm a human being. I'm not a machine. I'm not a robot. Okay, I have my own ideas, my own agendas. All right, so Uh, but if you think I'm wrong, yeah, teach me. I'm open-minded, okay, and correct me. Because I'm all yours, and I'm all yours, right? Yeah. When I'm wrong, correct me, please. When I'm ignorant, teach me. Right? Yeah. You and I might disagree, but we can still have discussion. We can still work together, and so that's what I believe in. Okay, so left and right, I think Democrats and Republicans and Independents, I think we should all work together as Americans, as Alaskans. Okay, so that's what I believe in. All right, thank you. Good night. Bye. So yeah, because I wanna. I had about like 30 seconds left. It's better that way. Why? Because I don't want to run out of time. I don't want to go over time. Okay, so that was 5 minutes. Yeah. Uh, okay, so we did this Gaussian synthesis, right? Recursive Gaussian method. So Gaussian synthetic method. Okay, so the moral of the story is, if you're moderate, you have more chance to win on election. Okay, because most people, according to this Gaussian distribution, yeah, most people are in the middle. Okay, so all right, and Aristotle, Solomon, they all talked about the virtue of modesty, moderation, right? Happy middle, the middle of the road. Okay, so yeah, they all talked about it, and I agree with them, right? So let's talk about news. Nowadays in the news, they like Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, they decide to take down General Lee, Robert Lee, his statue, his statue. Uh, what do you think about that? Yeah, he's Confederate General, General Lee, right? So they want to take it down. What do you think? Do you think it's the right thing to do to take it down, Robert Lee's statue, or do you think it's wrong? Yeah, talk. I'm all yours. I'm all yours. You may say, "Oh, you say that. You say that." Just like any other politicians. Well, I've never seen any politicians who can rhyme like that, right? So I know how to rhyme. Why? Because I studied hip hop, rap, right? So these days I can kind of naturally rap. Okay, I mean rhyme. I studied poems, poetry as well. I mean, used to write a lot of poems. Okay, so when I was dating, okay, back in the days. Yeah, I used to date back in the days. Uh, these days, just politics, mathematics, humanology, and my lawyer job. So that's pretty much my life. Yeah, which is good. I'm just saying, I'm not complaining. So what do you think? I think it's wrong. Why? Yeah, it's a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing monument and statue. It's an art, also history. Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. So back in the days, Yeah, they did slavery. Yeah, it's wrong. We know. But just because of that one wrong, slavery, are you willing to just discount, dismiss, disregard all other good things that these people had? Yeah, we're talking about southern white people in like 1700s, 1800s. They were wrong in slavery, but that's one aspect of their lives. They did many other good things in their lives, right? Yeah, I mean, it's big wrong. How about Hitler, Mr. Hitler? Yeah, Holocaust is very big wrong, but he got some other goods. So if you just discount, dismiss Mr. Hitler just because he had this one big wrong, I don't think that's fair. I think Mr. Hitler did many good things. I mean, had many good ideas. He is about diet and exercise. Okay, and he wanted to protect and preserve uh, Caucasian race. Those are things I agree with Mr. Hitler. I know it's wrong. He did something very big wrong. Yeah, Holocaust, genocide. That's bad. I know. Okay. Yeah, but I can't make the same mistake perhaps because when it comes to Alan Turing, Mr. Alan Turing, yeah, just because he's LGBT member, I can't discount his entire theory of Turing machine. Okay, and just because John Maynard Keynes, Professor Keynes, was an LGBT member, I discount his entire economic theory. Right? Yeah, I make the same mistake too. But so I kind of understand where they come from, taking down these Confederate statues. I do because I make the same mistake. Okay, so but when it comes to Mr. Alan Turing, his Turing machine, mathematically speaking, I do think he is kind of obsolete. And also, John Maynard Keynes, his theory, maybe there's some good points there. And even Alan Turing's Turing machine, maybe there are some good points there. Okay, it's just that I don't advocate for book burning. Books by Alan Turing, books by John Maynard Keynes. No, I'm not advocating for book burning. It's just that I don't want to read them. If it's written by Alan Turing or Keynes, Professor Keynes, I don't want to study any of those. But I'm against the book burning though. Okay. As a matter of history, I think they need to be preserved, all the books. Okay. Even if I disagree with those books. Okay. Yeah, even Mein Kampf by Herbert Hitler, I think they need to be preserved. Okay. Who knows? Maybe they have some goods in there. Okay. And uh, General General Lee, what's his first name? I don't know. I don't even know his first name. Okay. Whatever. So General Lee, Confederate General Lee's statue, if it offends African Americans, yeah, I can understand, but the statue itself should be preserved in a museum or something. It should not be destroyed. Okay, so and in all honesty, yeah, I don't want to see that statue go down. Okay, personally, personally, not because my name is also Lee. No, he's white guy. I'm Asian. Okay, so just sound the same, but totally different ancestry, right? just my giving you my thoughts. Okay, let's take 5 minutes. Okay, so whatever. Yeah. Well, let's talk about history, but Asian history, more specifically Korean history. Okay. Um, Korea was colonized by Japan during the World War One, World War Two, that era. All right. Uh, yeah, Imperial Japan back in the days, early 1900s, right? Imperial expansion. So Japan was like kind of the last empire in Asia, kinda. Okay. Yeah, imperialism. And yeah, Japan did many bad things to Korea, China, or Philippines, or any other colonies of Japan in East Asia. All right. Yeah, they did many bad things. Okay, and like sex slaves, right? Yeah, it was form of slavery and some other kinds of slavery. All right. Yeah, Japan did just that. Early 1900s. Okay. That's how imperialism always is. It always involves slavery of those subject country people. All right. Imperialism always involves slavery of some different race, different country people. Yeah, Japanese, Koreans, we are Asians, but belong to different countries and speak different language, right? So, yeah, Japan colonized Korea, and took a lot of Koreans, both men and women, as their slaves. Okay. Do I hate Japan because of that? Actually, I used to. I used to. Okay. I used to be when I was like my teenager and younger. Yeah, I used to be kind of Korean nationalist. Kind of. I used to hate Japan. All right. Nowadays, I don't. I have many Japanese friends. Okay. Just let bygones be bygones, okay? I mean, do you want to be, not you specifically, but people in general, do they want to be angry all the time by remembering some negative aspect of history. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be unhappy. So this unhappiness is kind of habit, right? People who are used to unhappiness, they're addicted to anger and unhappiness, sadness, right? So they tend to look back and think about all these bad memories, bad histories, and they wallow in that mud because they're addicted to it, right? Anger, an outburst of anger. Okay, some people are like that. Okay, I've seen that. That's a disease, uh, metaphysical pathogen, right? Negativism, right? It's a habit. Okay, people need to get out of that because it's a demon possession, right? They need to get out of that. So, so Japan and Korea, uh, Japan actually did something positive to Korea too, or during the colonization period. They did help Korea to modernize and perhaps westernize, right? Uh, so when Japan came to Korea and colonized it, there's this some Koreans uh, regarded as traitors because they befriended the Japanese colonists, right? Any subject countries, colonized countries, have those people who side with colonizer foreign forces. Okay? In Korean history, they are called Chin Il Pa. It's like party of Friends of Japan. Friends of Japan party. That's Chin Il Pa. Chin means friend, Il means Japan, Pa means party. So, Friend Japan party. Party of Friends of Japan. Friends of Japan party. Okay, kinda. That's approximate translation of that. Okay. So yeah, my ancestors were not dead. Okay, my mother's side, they were bankers. My father's side, judges, judge. Okay, and my father's mother's side, merchant. Okay, so uh, my mother's father side, banking, Korean, South Korea. Okay, and my mother's mother side, I think she was an educator, teacher. Okay, yeah, as far as I recall. So I heard from my parents, my grandparents. Okay, so when Japan came, my mother's father's side, grandfather, he was very athletic man, and very handsome and well dressed, yeah, banker. Okay, and he introduced this recreational horse riding for the first time to South Korea. Okay, from the West. Okay, he was very imposing figure. Okay, so and Japanese colonizers they respected him. Why? Because he looked handsome, well dressed, and very fit. Okay, and he got this spirit, and so they didn't mess with it. They just let him alone. Okay, and my father's side, um, they didn't fight Japanese colonizer, and they didn't befriend them. They just went. They just did their job. As my father's father was a judge. Right? My father's mother, um, she raised pigs, chickens, because they had 8 children. 8 children. Okay, so judge's salary wasn't enough. So my father's mother, my paternal grandmother, she had to raise chicken, raise pigs. Yeah, basically farming. Okay, to feed the children. Okay, so yeah, they just went along with their business, and they didn't fight the Japan. They didn't befriend Japan. They just did their job, their daily lives. Okay, so But some Koreans back in the days were, because they thought uh, Japanese colonization is inevitable, so they sided with Japanese colonists. And some prominent Korean novelists also sided with Japan too. Okay, so because they thought it's just futile effort to fight them, resist them. Okay, but some other Koreans were like resistant. Right, so they would basically assassinate Japanese governmental officials. And one Korean, Mr. An Jung-gun, he assassinated Japanese emperor. And still today, he is regarded as one of the biggest heroes in Korea. In Japan, terrorist. In Korea, hero. This Korean guy assassinated Japanese emperor. Okay, so one shot, one kill. In Korea, hero. In Japan, terrorist. Alright, so yeah, he got death sentence. He got death sentence during that Japanese colonization era. But yeah, he is one of the national hero in Korean history. Most likely both in South Korea and North Korea. Alright. Is he South Korean or North Korean? I'm not sure. I have to look it up, okay? So let's take 5 minutes break and I'll try to look him up, okay? It will be tricky because his name is Korean guy, so I'm not sure if there's Wikipedia article about it. I don't know. Maybe some other websites, maybe. We'll take 5 minutes, okay? So I'll look him up. So I'm not sure if he's from South Korea or North Korea. I just don't know. Okay, so. Okay, let's take 5 minutes. I'm not inciting any violence. I'm just telling you what the history is, okay? We don't like any violence, okay? We are pacifists. We love peace, alright? Just to make sure there's no misunderstanding, okay? again, I have to clarify myself. We are not inciting any violence. No, we discourage violence. Okay, murder is wrong, and nobody should kill anybody. Okay, I'm just telling you what happened in Korea. That's all. All right. So I have to correct myself. He assassinated not emperor but prime minister of Japan. Okay, so yeah, they're different. All right. Prime minister in Japan, that's more like president, like politician basically. But emperor, that's like more British emperor, like king, princess, queen, more like royal blood, right? Yeah, so they're different. Okay, so yeah, Mr. An Jung-gun, he assassinated Japanese prime minister. Okay. Mr. Ito Hirobumi, I mean that's what Wikipedia said. Yeah, so they have Wikipedia article about it. All right. So yeah. I mean, it's a sad chapter of history, right? So Japan colonized Korea, and it committed a lot of atrocious crimes back in the days. But, uh, but I don't hate Japan, and Koreans. Some Koreans still don't like Japan very much, but other Koreans, no, we don't necessarily. I'm Korean American, by the way. But Koreans, they don't necessarily hate Japan. Okay, some of them still do, but some of my friends still do. Okay, but not necessarily. Okay, Koreans in general. Why? Because Japanese people, they come to Korea to spend money. Right? Yeah, Japanese tourists, they come to Korea and spend their money. Why? Because it's cheaper in Korea than in Japan. Right? So they are good people, Japanese people. I have many friends who are Japanese. Okay, yeah, they're fantastic. And even during the colonization era, Japan wasn't always bad to Korea. Okay, they did some good things to Korea. Why? Yeah, early 1900s when Japan was colonizer of Korea, it wasn't all about slavery. Yeah, there was some slavery going on. So Japanese people enslaving Koreans, that did happen, right? Yeah, both labor from men and sex slavery from Korean women. Yeah, they did atrocious things like that. Okay, but that's not the entire story though. Uh, some Japanese teachers came to Korea and taught Korean people. And my father's mother, my paternal grandmother, uh, she told me those stories when she was in elementary school. Japanese teacher, female, uh, taught the class where my father's mother was on elementary school, right? Yeah, they say yeah, but Japanese people, yeah, colonizers, they have this ulterior motivation because they modernized Korea in order to make effective labor force on behalf of Japan. Yeah, that could be true, but still, right? They did help Korea to modernize, and they invested Japan's own capital to build like railroads in Korea. Okay. By the way, Mr. An Jung-gun, he's North Korean. Okay, I looked it up, looked him up. All right, he's North Korean. All right. Yeah. Today's North Korea, but back then there was no North Korea, South Korea. It's just one Korea back then. Okay. During the before and during the Japanese colonization, it was just one Korea. All right. So another good thing Japan did was to Korea was they let Korean students to come to Japan and study in Japanese universities, and a lot of prominent novelists, poets, uh, they actually went to Japan and studied in Japanese universities and then came back to Korea after they learned Western literature in Japan. Okay, and they let them do it. They let early 1900s. They let Korean students to come to Japanese colleges and then come back to Korea. They let them do that. Okay, so it wasn't all about slavery. All right. Likewise, let's now talk about American slavery. Right? Yeah, just European Americans, Caucasian white people, okay? Yeah, they did bring Africans to America, right? And yeah, they did atrocious things like slavery, inhumane treatment, labor exploitation. Yeah, it's bad, but at the same time, because of that slavery, we have African Americans who are fantastic people. African American culture, like hip hop, soul, uh, blues, rhythm and blues, right? Gospel. So God works. God works in a mysterious way. He can turn the curse into blessings. Yeah, African Americans are great blessings, great assets to America because they're great athletes, great musicians, great dancers. African Americans. Okay. Yeah, huge contribution to America and to the world. African Americans, and it happened because of slavery. That's how Africans came to America, right? Initially, right? Yeah. So we should be able to see both positives and negatives. We should not focus only on the negatives. We should see both of them, positives and negatives. Okay, and during the American slavery, white people enslaving blacks, it wasn't always that bad. Okay, yeah, there were some inhumane slave owners, but they were, my guess, most of them probably were very benign slave owners. Wasn't Thomas Jefferson, American president, also slave owner? Do you think he cracked, whipped his African American slaves? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, look at this Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind. What? I don't remember. It was female author, right? Yeah, I didn't read the book. I just read, I mean, watched the movie, Gone with the Wind. So my guess is that most slave owners back in 1700s and 1800s, I don't think they were all cruel people. Okay, my guess is that most of them were benign slave owners who are not inhumane, who were not cruel. Okay, I'm sure like about 10% were like very cruel and unfair and everything, but my guess is that most slave owners were benign. That would be my guess. Okay, because that's how people are. Most people are nice. Okay, that would be my guess. Okay. So emancipation, yeah, Yankees, the Union force, kind of those northern parts of America as opposed to southern part of America, right? Yeah, and they're white people mostly, right? They wanted to free the African American slavery. Yeah, emancipation. Mr. Abraham Lincoln, he was white. Okay, his colleagues, employees, oh, they were all white guys, and they cared about African Americans' freedom. So many white people died in order to free the African American slaves. So it's not fair that African Americans just hate somebody just because that person is white. I don't think that's fair. Okay, so many white people died in order to free African American slaves during the Civil War, and that's the history called facts, truth. Okay. All right, we'll stop and restart. Okay, because we'll take a break. Okay.